Governor Soludo in his...
Making the headlines this morning, Governor Soludo leads delegation of international community on tour of Okpoko. Anambra Assembly Speaker Okafor urges Muslims to promote peace. President Buhari urges Nigerians to adopt religion as motivator for good deeds. 19,000 people quarantined as a Chinese city in Macau tackles worst COVID-19 outbreak. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround on maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Chidima Orangwa. In order to actualize the agenda of building a livable and prosperous homeland in Anambra State by the present administration, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has led the international community and foreign development partners on an assessment tour in Okpoko and parts of Obaro. Government House correspondent Valentine Mbadoa reports that the Onitsha tour began with a courtesy call on the palace of Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Nemeka Achebe. His report.
Governor Soludo in his speech noted that strategic partnership between Anambra and the international communities is very apt to help fast-track sustainable growth and development.
I'm pretty sure, like I said, they are friends of Anambra, and we're hoping, like I said, in due time we will be consummating this relationship in more ways than other. And for us, I mean, our central message is, yes, Anambra is ready for business, and we are serious about it. We are serious to give our people value, and we're looking for partners to help us give our people value.
Igwe Achebe, while welcoming the guests, narrated the Onitsha challenges while taking them through the history of the metropolitan city of Onitsha. He thanked them for their visit, expressing hope that Anambra will benefit a lot from their coming and partnership.
Not once, not twice. Even in his inaugural speech, he says, until Onitsha is fixed, Anambra State cannot be fixed. So that's where we are. That's why I'm very, very happy to welcome you. So that you can help us and help Anambra State and help the Southeast.
The United Nations Resident Humanitarian Coordinator in Nigeria, Mr. Matthias Kamel, while assuring of their unalloyed support to Anambra State, thanked Igwe Achebe for his hospitality and warm welcome. He further commended Governor Soludo for his tireless efforts in making Anambra livable.
The fact that the governor has taken us here first after meeting with him speaks for itself. And so we appreciate the role you play in society, and that we got this opportunity to pay our respects. Allow me to leave you with a little token on behalf of the international community and the United Nations.
The team was led by Governor Soludo to tour Okpoko Sakamori, streets of Okpoko, and some parts of Obaro to have a feel of the challenges confronting the state with a view to better understand them and the opportunities that exist in Anambra and how best to provide support. From Onitsha, Valentine Bada reporting, Fabius News.
The Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, has assured that the state legislature will continue to support all efforts to promote harmonious coexistence among different tribes in the country. In his goodwill message to Muslims as they celebrate the feast of Eid al-Kabri, Right Honorable Okafor urged them to pursue peace at all times and show an act capable of disuniting the country. The Speaker, who commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for providing an enabling environment for Muslims in the state to propagate their faith and also earn their living, enjoined them to reciprocate the gesture by giving maximum support to the Soludo administration. He called for intensive prayers from the Muslim and Christian faithful for the peace and progress of the country, stressing the need for even distribution of democratic dividends and appointment among the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Right Honorable Okafor appealed to Muslims to join hands in fighting insecurity in the country, even as they make merry. The State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Comrade Don Onyenji, has called on all the communities in the state to submit various tourism attraction sites within their communities to his ministry for possible harnessing of their potential. Commissioner Onyenji made the call at the Edinburgh State Association of Town Union Secretariat within the Government House, Oka, where he interacted with all the presidents general in the state. He reminded them that most countries in the world make huge income from tourism, but regretted that the potential in tourism within the state is dormant. The commissioner said that the state is determined to build a world-class tourist center at Agulu Lake, noting that various prospective architects have submitted their proposals for consideration by Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Commissioner Onyenji, who also informed them of the ministry's plan to profile all the hotels in the state in its portal for ease of booking from across the world, said that it will also help to check their activities to ensure that standards are maintained. Responding, the national president of ASATO, Mr. Titus Abudo, a lawyer, described Commissioner Onyenji as the right man for the job and urged its members to give him their maximum support. Anambra State Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Tony Collins Nwabunwanne, says Governor Chukwuma Soludo is passionate about returning peace to all warring communities in Anambra State. The commissioner, who stated this when the two factions of Alo People's Convention in Idemili South local government area came for a reconciliatory meeting in his office at the Government House, Oka. We have details from our studio.
The commissioner assured the stakeholders of the governor's final decision on their differences, promising to look into their submissions in line with the rule of law and constitution of the town union. He reminded them that it is the community that chooses its leader and not the state government, adding that the best option will be adopted by the state government to end the leadership tussle in their community. Mr. Nwabunwanne stressed that government will not interfere in the emergency of any candidate who is the people's choice, promising to use open ballot system to organize election for them if the need arises. Chief Uzoma Igbonwa and Chief Ifeanyi Obieze, among others, recounted how the initial election was cancelled and explained that Chief Igbonwa was their authentic President General and appealed to the government to recognize him. However, the incumbent President General, Comrade Chris Okudo, Mr. Ikemuedu, and Sir Oster Obiagwu stated that Chief Igbonwa had been in power since 2004, explaining that the election which brought in Chief Uzama was not recognized by the government, as he has not been issued certificate of recognition, among others. In a vote of thanks, Chief Okuide Ezedo thanked Governor Chukwuma Soludo and Mr. Nwabunwanne for championing the cause of returning peace to Alo and enjoining the people of Alo to restore lasting peace, progress and stability in the community.
The Chairman, Management Committee, Association for the Advancement of Family Planning, AAFP, Dr. Ejike Oji, has called on the federal government to fulfill its promise by frequently releasing the $4 million counterpart funding it promised to release annually for the procurement of family planning commodities. He made the call in commemoration of World Population Day. Queen Aniwogo reports that World Population Day, held on the 11th of July every year, is to celebrate human progress. According to statistics, in the next few months, the total number of people in the world will top 8 billion. Speaking further, Dr. Oji expressed concern that Nigeria is in what he described as demographic crisis, youthful bulge, high rate of immigration, and security issues resulting in national killing. He, however, recommended that Nigeria must make sure they have access to family planning services that they deserve and need. In his remarks, a medical laboratory scientist, Mr. Umadi Chibundo, Nigeria is experiencing drastic challenges with a shortage of basic social needs because of population explosion, and the federal government should not allow the population to continue to grow at the rate it is growing presently. He called on concerned authorities to put every measure in place to bring the nation's population under control if Nigerians will continue to live as humans. The theme of this year's event is A World of 8 Billion Towards a Resilient Future for All, Harnessing Opportunity and Ensuring Rights and Choices for All. Still on the news this morning, President Muhammadu Buhari has charged Nigerians, especially Muslims, to adopt religion as a motivator for good deeds and not just a mere badge of identity. President Buhari gave the charge in his message to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir festival, lamenting the prevalent practice of religiosity without the fear of God in the country. According to a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Malam Garuba Shehu, the president also called on Nigerians to put the interest of the country above selfish interests and use religion as a motivation for the love of our common humanity. He said, if we are putting the teachings of our religions into practice, most of the evils afflicting our society would have been solved. He further said, the exploitation of the people by traders and the stealing of public funds by civil servants and other holders of public trust is a reflection of the abandonment of the teachings of our religions. The president hoped that this Eid will be a source of blessing, peace, prosperity and safety for all Nigerians, stressing that coexistence and stability will prevail in the country. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Sadiq Farouk, has inaugurated the training and onboarding of 3,000 Stream 2 independent monitors of the National Social Investment Program in Anambra State. The project was created by President Muhammadu Buhari with the mandate of lifting citizens out of poverty through a number of social interventions which include job creation, such as Empower, National Homegrown School Feeding Program, Conditional Cash Transfer, and Government Enterprise Empowerment Program. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata filed on this report, taken from here.
The inaugural ceremony took place in Awka and attracted the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Mrs. Chiamaka Nnake, represented by Lady Chioma Ezenwa. The independent monitors were selected from all the local government areas in Anambra State and whose responsibilities are to monitor the social intervention program in their communities, schools, households and market clusters to ensure that the primary objectives of the National Social Investment Program are achieved. According to the minister, represented by the Director, Planning, Research and Statistics in the ministry, Mr. Raphael Obi, it is very important and strategic to train men and women that will serve as Stream 2 monitors, just as it engages 4,452 independent monitors trained and enrolled across the country last year. The minister charged the independent monitors to work with National Social Investment Program officials and never to intimidate any beneficiary of the program. Also speaking, the special advisor to the Minister on Administration, Mr. Kingsley Ngene, said the monitors were carefully selected to monitor the National Social Investment Program in the state to ensure that the money being disbursed by the federal government is channeled to the appropriate cause it was meant for. He said the overall interest of the social intervention is to eradicate poverty level and create jobs across the country. Some of the independent monitors, including Mr. Charles Chike Muzie and Mrs. Stella Ejiofor, pledged to work in line with the aim of the program and judiciously use the opportunity provided by the federal government to better their lives. The event featured symbolic presentation of engagement letters and working tools for the exercise to the independent monitors.
And on the foreign scene, China's city Macau has closed all its casinos for the first time in more than 2 years on Monday after a coronavirus outbreak in the world's biggest gambling hub. Authorities have ordered non-essential businesses, which includes over 30 casinos, to shut for a week. The city has recorded 1,526 COVID cases since the middle of June, according to official figures. Gaming shares slipped on Monday over concerns of tougher rules in the Chinese Special Administrative Region. Around 19,000 people have been put in mandatory quarantine in the city as tackles ease towards the COVID-19 outbreak since early 2020. Announced was The Super Falcons of Nigeria comfortably qualified for the quarterfinals of the Women's African Cup of Nations on Sunday, beating Burundi 4-0. Victory was not in doubt as it was only a matter of how many goals they were going to score, and it did not take long before they opened their account on the night. Rasheedat Ajibade converted from the spot in the 25th minute after she was fouled while trying to round Burundi's goalkeeper Janine Irakoze. The result from the clash was an injured Burundi goalkeeper who had to be substituted for 16-year-old Amisa Inarokundo. The newly introduced goalkeeper conceded 2 quick goals, no thanks to lackadaisical defending from the backline. Peace Effie and Uche Nakano got both goals. Kanu made it 4 immediately after the commencement of the second half to put the outcome of the tie beyond doubt. The result means Nigeria finishes second behind South Africa, who beat Botswana 1-0 and will now face Cameroon in the quarterfinal for a place at next year's Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Remember that you can follow news and program on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Governor Soludo has led delegation of international community on tour of Okpoko. Anambra Assembly Speaker Okafor has urged the Muslims to promote peace. President Buhari has urged Nigerians to adopt religion as motivator for good deeds. And we also told you that 19,000 people have been quarantined as Chinese city Macau tackles West's COVID-19 outbreak. And here's the special message once again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround on maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good morning.